I'm Victoria and this is What Victoria Read. Welcome back to the channel. Today is the 2nd of December and if you are hawk-eyed you will notice that I am sat in exactly the same place as I was when I finished off November's wrap up. I will link that in the description if you want to see it, because in my time I've literally just pressed stop and then press record. So hello, I'm using my ring light, as you can probably tell. Hopefully it's improving the lighting quality. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon here and it's so foggy today. It hasn't really been light today at all, but I don't know what to do about this problem with the circle on my glasses, and I've tried filming without it and it just really hurts my head, so we might just have to deal with it for now until I can figure it out. So it's the 2nd of December. Charlie is still celebrating his 14th birthday. Again, if you didn't see November's vlog, he turned 14 in November and has had 3 weeks of celebrations, as he should. And yeah, so he's off out doing clay pigeon shooting with his best mate today. Gary's taking them. Gary's not invited to the actual shooting, but Gary is ferrying them around. And then they are coming back here for a sleepover and Domino's and Xbox and stuff. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to film whilst the house was quiet. I say the house is quiet. You can probably hear the washing machine in the background and the cats are doing zoomies regularly in and out of this room, so I apologise in advance for any chaos that you see. End of November was not a great month, like part of the month for me, or a great time. We are still, in terms of work stuff, waiting for Ofsted. We are still having internal inspections and deep dives and stuff, what feels like every 10 minutes. Behaviour's been really challenging the last couple of weeks. And I ended up having a panic attack at work on Thursday lunchtime, and my amazing boss just stepped in, sorted out my cover and sent me home, and then I didn't manage to make it in yesterday, which was the 1st of December, and I spent the day under a blanket on the sofa. I'm feeling a bit better now. We've got 2 weeks and 2 days from tomorrow, not that I'm counting, until the end of term, and yeah, I've just kind of got to take a deep breath and power through and see if we get Ofsted, and if we don't, like, I'm not even that bothered about Ofsted. I don't know if I should be saying that on the internet. But, like, I know that I'm doing my absolute best. I know that all of my colleagues are doing our absolute best. But the tension of waiting for them, I feel like is going to be worse than the actual thing. Although I've never done one. This is my first. Sorry, my friend is doing its own thing as usual today. This is my first Ofsted experience as a teacher. What is going on here? And yeah, I can't say I care for it. Let's put it that way. So yeah, it's all just been a bit stressful. My November reading was pretty rubbish and I'm feeling very slumpy. And I'm hoping that all of my festive reads, which you saw in the opening clip, will help with that. So yeah, so far I finished one book, which is not bad given that it's the 2nd. That won't happen all month. And then I've got a few little goodies that I bought myself in the Black Friday sale that I thought I'd show you because that might be interesting. But yeah, the first book that I finished this month is Payback's a Witch by Lana Harper. This was my blind date with a book from Toppings. Back in November again, and it was so fun. I really loved this. I'm going to read you the blurb that Toppings gave, which is what made me pick it up, because it was all like beautifully wrapped in brown paper and stuff. So it says, revenge is a dish best served by 2 bisexual witches. Emmy has forged her own way in the mundane world, in self-enforced exile from her magical hometown. In the meantime, the man who broke her heart has spurned another witch. Now Emmy's exile is over. Over cocktails and with crackling chemistry, the two women hatch a plan to upset the order of things in Thistle Grove. From covening with the dead to pilling their souls, theirs is a sizzling, whimsical romance. And then it's a themes: trust, love, magic, quarter-life crisis, revenge. And I really like this. I gave this 4 stars. This is the start, I think, of a quartet, and I would really like to read the next one. This was fun. It was spicy. It was sapphic. It was there's like a quest or a challenge element to this. It definitely is quarter-life crisis, and I loved how that was looked at and handled. It feels very much like what I think a lot of us experience in kind of our early mid, possibly late 20s, when you don't really know who you are or what you want to do with your life. There was some quite heartfelt moments in it. I couldn't give it 5 stars. I think it's partly because like Emmy goes back to her hometown to be like a magical umpire for this challenge that's happening, which meant that you could see the tasks but you weren't really immersed in them because she was looking at them from the outside. So I didn't love that, and the third act breakup was just super annoying. So I didn't love that, but I did love the rest of it, so I would definitely recommend it. I feel like for me, like the end of November, start of December is the last time I can read witchy books really, until like February now. But I really enjoyed it, and yeah, it was definitely the most successful blind date with a book I've had thus far, although I think I've only done 2, but still I really enjoyed that one. And then yeah, the stuff that arrived today is what I bought myself in the Black Friday sales. So I did all of my shopping. Christmas shopping has been done online this year, mostly via Etsy, a little bit of Amazon as well. And then as the Black Friday sales were finishing, I realised I was running out of lots of my skincare stuff, and my skin, I get adult acne. It's a joy. You can actually see on my chin and stuff. That's not too bad, but I can get really red skin and lots of like breakouts and stuff. And for whatever reason, my skin really likes the Body Shop range. So the Tea Tree Skin Clearing Toner, I have the toner, the face wash, and the like emergency spot on treatment stuff. My skin really likes it. So yeah, I'd nearly run out of this, so I went on just to get that, and then I saw all of that Black Friday deals, and they had like 25% off the whole site. So I also got myself some of their foot cream. That's glamorous. Show the internet that. This works so well, and as someone who's on her feet all day, I need my feet to be in good condition, and this really helps, especially at the end of a really busy day. Having a hot bath and putting a bit of this on and some socks over the top is top tier teacher self-care, or you know, lots of people who do jobs that have them on their feet all day. So I really recommend this. It is not cheap, and I tend to only buy it when it's on sale or if I've got a gift voucher. So I got that. Then I also got the Pears and Share Pear, Slow Berries and Peony body butter. I just, the 12-year-old girl in me, it smells so good. It's floral, but like not too much, and sweet and Christmassy, but like not overpowering. I would use this all year round. Yeah, like the 12-year-old girl in me just loves a Body Shop body butter, and again, they're not cheap, but when they're on sale. And then the last thing that I got was this skin clarifying night peel, because as well as getting teenage acne, I am 36, so I also need, you know, or not need, I would like some like active skincare, if that makes any sense. I'm not bothered about like lines and wrinkles and stuff, but my skin gets quite dull, especially in the winter, like lots of people. So yeah, I just thought I would try this, and because of the sale, I basically got this for free and free delivery. So yeah, those are some bits that I bought that will hopefully make me feel a little bit nicer in December. Like I said, November has been slumpy basically in every area of my life pretty much, and I'm hoping that some Christmas cheer will help make December a bit better. It's the 4th of December and I'm filming after work, so I'm going to try and keep this clip short because we all know how incoherent I am after a day at work. It's Monday, so yesterday I think I spoke to you Saturday while the boys were out shooting. Yes. Boys came back from shooting, which went really well. We had pizza. They hung out and played Xbox until like 3 a.m. Gary and I did not hang out with them. Obviously, we're not invited to that part. But yeah, they were well behaved. We didn't hear them, so that's all we ask really. And then yesterday was very quiet because Charlie is a very tired boy, having had little to no sleep. So yeah, Gary and I just got our usual chores done. And we made lunch and chilled really. And then today is Monday, like I said, and it is pouring rain here. Like, I don't know if you can hear it. Possibly you can, possibly you can't. It's absolutely chucking it down. It's been coming down sideways all day. And where I work, the school is really rural. So I'm just putting my socks out. Yeah, the school's really rural and all the villages started flooding. So at lunchtime, like, I kid you not, literally half the kids got picked up by buses and coaches and taken home before the roads become impassable. So that meant the kids that were left were just absolutely mad. Also they had wet lunch and wet break today. So like behaviour has been really challenging. So yeah, it's been a rough day, if you couldn't tell by the state of me. And I'm a bit concerned about getting into work tomorrow because it took me 2 hours to get home. It's only about 5:30, I think, 6 o'clock. I'm usually at school till 5:30, 6 o'clock, but we all literally got turfed out of our rooms. Because obviously SLT were worried about everybody getting home safely. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen tomorrow, which is a bit concerning, can't lie. No sign of Ofsted still. That's great, so we're still waiting. So anyway, I wanted to come on and chat with you briefly because I've got 2 books I've finished and some lovely person sent me a parcel, which I would like to open and see what's inside. So I thought I would put up with the shabby lighting. Sorry about that. And the fact I look like this. But also my reading is going great guns. I am on a roll. I'm in a real mood for reading, which I wasn't all of last month. So I want to talk about these books before I kind of start forgetting my thoughts on them. So the first one that I finished was Fair Rosaline by Natasha Solomons. This was a birthday gift. It's such a beautiful cover. Like, I'm fully obsessed with the cover. Yeah, this is from the lovely Tracy for my birthday. And this is a Romeo and Juliet retelling. And it says at the top, before Romeo loved Juliet, he loved Fair Rosaline. And if you know the play, you'll know that Rosaline is the girl that Romeo is in love with for about 2 minutes at the start of the play. And this historical fiction is told from her perspective. I gave it 3.5 stars, is the first thing to say. I liked lots of it. Well, I liked some of it and then a lot of it felt a little bit meh. I feel like if you are a Shakespeare fan, you'll enjoy this. There's lots of obviously direct quotes from Romeo and Juliet, but there's lots of references to other Shakespeare plays in this. I really liked Rosalind herself. She is very feisty. She knows what she wants. She knows what she doesn't want. I just didn't love the join between this and the original play. It felt really clunky, and I felt like the ending was super obvious where it was going, and that always irritates me. And some of it I got a little bit bored and slightly skim read. But I did like I said, I liked the character of Rosalind. I really liked Tybalt and how he's dealt with, because he's not my favourite character in the play, and I really liked what the author did with him to make him sympathetic. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. I flew through it really quickly. I think it's YA. It reads like YA, so it probably is. And like I said, if you are a Romeo and Juliet fan or a Shakespeare fan, this will give you a slightly different angle on things. And yeah, in terms of a retelling, I thought it was good, so 3.5 stars. So thank you for sending that to me, Tracy. It was Tracy, wasn't it? Literally, I've got the memory of a goldfish this afternoon. Let me just double check because I feel like I said the wrong name. Yeah, no, it was Tracy. Sorry, thank you. I did definitely enjoy it. I'm glad I got to read it. 3.5 stars. And then the other one that I read was an audiobook, so I'll put a picture here. And that was The Nutcracker by E.T.A. Hoffman, narrated by Spiny Carter. I've never read The Nutcracker, and I've got 2 Nutcracker retellings on my TBR for December. Yeah, like I said, I realised I never read the original, so I looked it up on Scribed, or whatever it's called now. And the audiobook was on there, and it was really short, so I gave it a little read yesterday morning and really enjoyed it. In case you don't know, it tells the story, well, the story that I know, the main character is called Clara, but in the actual original story she's called Marie, a little girl who was given a Nutcracker doll on Christmas Eve, and magic ensues from there. And yeah, I gave it 5 stars because what else do you give it? It was beautifully written. It's a lovely classic. It's a great story. It's a story that means a lot to me. I did a lot of ballet from the age of 2 to 18. Oh, I've now got hiccups. And I have danced the Roll of Clara a couple of times, and also of the Sugar Plum Fairy. And it's just a ballet that I love, and I can't believe I've never read the original. So I've now read it, and that was also book number 150 for the year. So I've now met my reading goal. I knew I would. I deliberately set it at 150 because I knew it was doable, but now anything above that just feels like a bonus. So that was that. And then finally, before I go and make myself some dinner, let's open this parcel. So usual disclaimer, nobody has to do this. It is not expected. I very much appreciate it when it does happen. But yeah, there is no expectation on anybody to send me anything from my wish list or otherwise. So let's see what this is and who has sent me this. Oh, it's from Joe and Alfie. They say, this looks like a really fun read. Hope you enjoy it and that you have a relatively stress-free December. Remember to relax, from Joe and Alfie. I can relax in 11 school days. And then I intend to fully relax, except for the 2 or so days that I'll need to use for marking. Anyway, let's see what they've sent me. Oh yes! Falling Hard for the Royal Guard by Megan Clawson. This, I think it was Aoife at Pretty Purple Polka Dots who recommended me this. I feel like it was on a live show maybe. It might have been early this year when we were doing Kiss Quotient, or it might have been Brown Sisters really long. This Love is in the Air, as in the heir to the throne. This just looks really fun and silly, and it's got a corgi on the front, so I'm in. And it's just a romance, I think. I'm not going to read you the whole back, but it just says, can she snare that true love's first kiss, or is she royally screwed? A right royal rom-com, perfect for fans of Red, White and Royal Blue, which I loved, and The Royal We, which I haven't read. So yeah, this looks so cute and fun. Thank you so much, Joe and Alfie. This will definitely go into, like, it feels summery. Do we think this is a summery book? It doesn't say on the back, but yeah, I feel like it will definitely be kind of next spring. I will crack this one out. So thank you so much. That's a lovely little thing to do. Right, just realised that I filmed this whole thing and you're on the walk, so I apologise for that. I'm not going to redo it. You'll know that if you've been here very long. For now, I'm going to go and put my hoodie on because it's freezing in this house. Gary was in London today and I was at school all day, which is unusual because he tends to work from home most of the time now. So coming home to a cold, dark house hasn't happened for a while. So I'm going to go and put heating on, put the hoodie on and my pyjamas, feed the cats, and get some food ready for when my husband gets home from work. it's the 9th of December and it doesn't look like it, but it's actually 10 in the morning and the light's really not great. Today is my first full filming day for about 2 months. I got 4 videos to film. I can't lie, I'm not really in the mood. I kind of just want to lie on the sofa and read today. But if I don't film today, I won't film at all in December, because next weekend we've got Charlie and we're getting the tree, and then we're into Christmas stuff after that, and life's going to get even busier than it is right now, but like nicer busy than it is right now. And there is content that I want to make and get up for the end of the year, so I'm kind of pushing myself today. I'm going to take it one video at a time, and if I get to a point where I feel like I definitely need to stop, then I will. So obviously by the time this video goes up, you guys will have seen whatever it is I've managed to produce for December. I hope there's at least a couple of videos there. But yeah, it's been another mad week. I worked 65 hours in 5 days, still no Ofsted. Kids' behaviour's been really bad. I've been sworn at, I've been called various horrible names. I was spat at this week. That's a new one, not one that I enjoyed. It has been dealt with, but it's just, yeah, it's kind of wild at the moment. But there were some nice things. I've had some really nice Christmas cards from some of my kids. I decorated my room for Christmas, which will be in the next bit of B-roll because I put all my decorations up, and then realised I hadn't bought any batteries for the lights. So I obviously want to give you the full effect. So I will do that on Monday, but then you'll see it in the next bit of B-roll. Yeah, so there have been some nice things. I also went to the Young Carer Lead meeting, which I haven't gone to before, and that was so useful. I'm the only Young Carer Lead in my school trust, so a group the next county over have kind of adopted me, and it was just really lovely to be able to talk to other people doing this role, and to share ideas and talk about how you get around things and how you get things done in school if I have to be careful how I say it, but if you know, leadership is not supportive of what you want to do, like how to approach it and how to negotiate for it. So I'm feeling much more empowered, and I've got loads of ideas for next year. Also a charity called Friends of Young Carers were amazing and contacted me a couple of weeks ago to ask how many we have, and I was like, we have 16 at the moment, this many boys, this many girls, and year groups and stuff. And they asked me for the first name of each child and their age and their gender, and then they provided a Christmas present for each one of them. Like, I could honestly weep thinking about it. So each kid has got a selection box and then like a toy. So like some of them have got Rubik's cubes, some of them have got colouring books and pens and stuff, some of them have got other puzzle books, like all of that kind of stuff, just little things, and a personalised card, and I will get to hand them out next week. And like I said, I could honestly cry thinking about it, because for some of our kids it might be one of the few presents that they have. So that was lovely to bring back to school. So yeah, it's been a hard week. It's not all been bad. I'm trying to cling on to the good things. And yeah, I'm going to try and get some filming done this morning. I've also soft DNF'd a book, which I don't do very often, but I'll explain that in a minute. And I finished a book. So the soft DNF, I'll put a picture of the cover up here, is Carla, and I can't remember the name of the author, but it will be up here. I picked up an audiobook because Amelia from Amelia Bartlett Books and Aoife from Words of Clover both gave it rave reviews. Both of them I really trust with this kind of story, and well, in general. But it just sounded like something I really wanted to read, because it's about a teenage girl who goes missing, and then years later her friends are kind of coming back to the town where they lived, and they're trying to work out what happened to her. And I picked it up on audio and I've soft DNF'd it. It's just the wrong book for this time of year. This time of year I need stuff that's like easy to read, quick to read. And this is also set in a heat wave in the summer, and I think I'm really turning into a seasonal reader, which is a plot twist I did not see coming, because yeah, it just didn't feel like the right time of year for this. I think I will also try it physically as well. The audiobook is a full cast narration and the narrators were doing a really good job, but for some reason I just wasn't taking any of it in. So I have soft DNF that, and then I will come back to it at some point next year. Then the book that I finished was The Turnout by Megan Abbott. I saw Brianna from Four Paws in a book read this. She, I think, gave it 2 stars, but oh yeah, I've got Sav with me, so if you can hear her padding about, also you might be able to hear the husband upstairs. So yeah, I heard Brie from Four Paws in a book read this. I saw her put it on her TBR and I was like, that sounds really interesting, because it's marketed as a thriller set in a ballet studio at Christmas when they are performing Nutcracker. And then I saw it in a bookshop in Bristol. I'll put the vlog where I went to Bristol. I loved that vlog. It was such a good day. I picked this up really cheap. There's a really cheap bookshop in Bristol. So I picked it up, and then the next video I saw from Brie was her wrap up, and she was like, I basically hated it, gave it 2 stars. And I was like, oh dear. I decided to pick it up anyway as part of my December reads because, like I said, it's set in a ballet studio at Christmas when they are doing Nutcracker, and it's all very intense. I gave this 3 or 3.5 stars. It was okay. The things I liked about it, it was very creepy. It was very tense. I loved all the Nutcracker stuff. You'll see I've got another Nutcracker retelling on my stack for December, and my mum, my brother and I are going to watch Nutcracker, the Nutcracker ballet. We do it over Zoom. We do it every Christmas. Well, with pre-COVID, we would always go and see a ballet in person together every Christmas. And then because of COVID, we started doing it online. And now because we're all living in different places, it's just easier to do it online. So we're going to be watching Nutcracker this year. I think we're watching Matthew Bourne's version, which I'm very excited about. And it's a ballet that I know really intimately because I've played Clara before. I feel like I already said this in this vlog, probably when I was telling you about reading the Nutcracker. But it's a ballet I know, and it's an environment that I know. Ballet studios are places that I spent a lot of time in when I was younger. So I loved all of that. But I would say this is not a thriller. Here comes Sav. What have you been eating? She's like, nothing. This is not a thriller. This is a literary fiction. And it's about the sisters who run the ballet studio, one of the sisters' husbands, and it's about the relationship between the 3 of them, and it's about what happens when a contractor comes into the studio to repair some damage after a fire. And it's very dark. Please check content warnings. I'll put the content warning website in the description so you can have a look there. But this is very, very dark, and it was fascinating, but I was also slightly, sorry, there's a cat playing in the hallway now, slightly bored in places, which is why I gave it 3.5 stars. So yeah, it wasn't the best thing I've ever read. It's blurred as the thriller of the year by the Daily Telegraph, for what that's worth, on the front. I would say this is not a thriller, and I feel like if you go into it expecting a thriller like I did, you'll probably be disappointed. But if you go into it expecting a literary thriller, or, you know, a literary fiction, then you might have a better time with it. So yeah, that's the next book that I have read. I am currently reading Silent Night by Neil Patterson. I can say that because I can see it behind my camera. And I'm also reading Jane Austen's Christmas and enjoying both so far. And then after that, I'll be picking up Make You Mine This Christmas and The Christmas Appeal by Janice Hallett, which I'm very excited for. For now, I think the lighting's all right. I'm not loving my ring light. What a surprise, that's why I didn't spend very much money on it. But I think we've got enough light to film with today. Like I said, it is 10:10. This is the light level. Tomorrow, I'm not sure what we're going to do tomorrow. We are having a quiet weekend because we're both very tired. We might go and get some brunch. I don't know. We'll see what we feel like doing. And then I've got another week, mad week, a full week of school. And then next weekend, we're finally going to get our Christmas tree, which I'm very excited about. So yeah, for now, I need to stop chatting to you and start filming some other content, because hopefully you will then have had some content from me in December, which would be a nice change of pace. It's the 10th of December. Is this the worst possible lighting I could have found? Possibly. You wouldn't know it from the level of light in this room, and I realise I've now become obsessed with light levels and the weather. I am living the English person cliche. But it's 10:30 in the morning. And it's just that time of year where it doesn't really get light at all, which I think feeds into my feeling meh. I do take a vitamin D supplement every day from September until the end of March. And I would say that if you're someone who suffers from seasonal depression, it might be worth trying. Obviously speak to your doctor and be aware of like how it might interact with other medications you might be on. But for me, I found it really helpful. I still get a bit of the winter blues, but nowhere near as bad as it has been previously. And I've been taking vitamin D through the winter for the last, I want to say 5 or 6 years. And it does seem to help me. So I would suggest looking into that if you're also feeling a bit flat like me at this time of year, because there just isn't enough sunshine. There's just not enough vitamin D happening outside. Anyway, yesterday, as you'll have seen by the time this video goes up, I filmed 4 videos yesterday. I filmed the Booktube birthday tag. I filmed my 24 books to reread in 2024. I filmed, what else did I film? I recommended booktubers. Oh, setting my 2024 intentions. So those were the 4 videos I filmed. So that was good. And actually, once I got started, I did enjoy filming. So that's nice. So that's all done now until the end of December when I need to film for January. So yeah, that happened yesterday. Today we were going to go out for breakfast, but we were just so slow to get started this morning, both just feeling really tired and like we want to hibernate, so we ended up staying in. And Gary's downstairs wrapping a load of Christmas presents. I need to wrap my Christmas presents today because I need to get some of them posted out to like Chloe and Charlotte and Steph. But I'm just not feeling all that motivated, so I've been doing other chores. Kind of avoiding. I low-key, well, I high-key hate wrapping gifts. I'm rubbish at it and it stresses me out, but I also want to get it done. And like Gary has very kindly offered to do it, but I want to do it myself for my friends. I feel like I need to be the one to make that effort, so we're working up to that. But I've been doing my other chores this morning. As you can see, I have not yet showered. That's why my hair is scraped back like this. But yeah, I just wanted to come and chat with you briefly and tell you about 2 books that I finished yesterday. The first of those was Jane Austen at Christmas, The Festive Season in Georgian England, which is edited by Maria Hubert. I bought this when we went into Bath at the end of November. And it's just a really cute non-fiction Christmas book. It's a beautiful edition. I think the original one like came out in the 80s or something, when I looked it up on GoodReads. 1996 it was first published. I swear GoodReads said it was the 80s, but anyway. And it's been reissued in this very beautiful Christmassy edition with this gorgeous naked hardback. And this was just really fun. I gave it 4 stars. It's just looking at how Christmas is represented in Jane Austen's work, and then also looking at like first-hand accounts of Christmas in the Georgian period, and it was just really cozy. It was nice. Did I learn anything new? No, I didn't. I think it's partly because I read a Jane Austen autobiography by Lucy, what's her face, the historian, this year, so a lot of like what was in this was also in that, but in more detail. But it was a nice cozy time. I gave it 4 stars. If you are looking for a really nice like Christmas gift, I realise this video is going up after Christmas, but this was really lovely, and yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm glad I bought it. And then this morning I finished Silent Night by Nell Patterson. This is the second in the, what is her name, Page Northwood series. This was gifted to me very kindly by Charlotte, who passed it on again. I think it was last month or the month before. I feel like it was October actually, because I read the first one in October, so it must be. Anyway, we are following Page Northwood, who is a translator for the deaf community, and she in each book is working on a different case with the police. This one takes place, as you can see from the cover, in the winter during a snowstorm, and it takes place at a school for deaf children, and 5 teenagers go on an overnight trip with some staff, and when they wake up in the morning, one of the teenagers is missing, and it goes from there. It's also picking up the threads from Paige's first book, like from her like personal life, and we're following it through. So I gave us 3 stars. It was entertaining. I'm not sure if I would pick up more books by the author. I feel like if I saw it like an audiobook, or if someone was unhauling it, or if I saw it cheap in a secondhand shop, I would probably give it a go just for an easy read, because they are easy reads and it's twisty and stuff. I just don't like Paige. She makes some really annoying decisions, and especially in this book where it's picking up the threads from her personal life that was started in the first book, I was just getting really frustrated with her. And also it does that thing that I don't like sometimes in thrillers, where you have someone who's not a professional, like a police professional, who is smarter than the police and is like inserting themselves into an investigation. Like Paige puts herself in some really stupid positions in this book, and it just annoyed me. And then the third thing that ticked me off with this, and this is a very specific if you work in a school thing, the absolute lack of safeguarding in this school was driving me absolutely around the bend. Like Paige is just, at one point near the start of the book, is just wandering around this school, and it's a residential school, so kids live there and sleep there, and she's just wandering in and out of their bedrooms, and I'm just like, where is the safeguarding here? And again, like, that probably wouldn't bother someone who doesn't work in a school, but it was just grinding on me. So yeah, I gave it 3 stars. Again, and this happened with me with the first book, I clocked who it was very quickly, which is fine because that happens to me a lot because I read a lot of these types of stories, but just the way everything unfolded was really obvious. And we also get the villain speech at the end, which is never my favourite way finishing off one of these books. So yeah, it was fine. I gave it 3 stars. Was it the best written thing in the world? No. Would I read another one if it was free or cheap or easy to access? Because they're easy enough to read. I just don't think they're that good, that well written. If you have read these series and like them, I would still recommend the Helen Fields series, the Luke Kalanick series, which starts with Perfect Crime, I think, but double check on GoodReads. I would still recommend those. I think those are better. But yeah, I like the representation of the deaf community in this. Obviously, I am not owned voices for that. Nell Patterson is part of the deaf community, so that is her representation. I liked how that was dealt with. I liked the little reminders all the way through of what adaptations some deaf people need, and also how sometimes they don't need adaptations and people like talk down to them or assume that they're going to be stupid just because they're deaf. And I really liked how that was worked in and how that was handled. I think it's just, I just don't like Paige, and that's a fundamental issue when that's the protagonist of a series. So yeah, that was 3 stars. Okay, so rest of today, I need to do a food shop online. I need to clear out under the bed because I've been doing that thing where I just keep chucking stuff under there. So I need to have a little clear out and a sort out. I need to find my Christmas earrings because it is now the last full week of school. It's next week. We've got all of next week and then Monday, Tuesday of the following week. So I need to get my Christmas earrings out because that is traditional. And we love a tradition. So I need to do that, and then I need to get wrapping presents. I do need to go with it. I also need to shower and do some skincare today. So yeah, that's what's going to happen the rest of today, and laundry, because there's always laundry. And then next week is the last full week. We've got parents' evening on Thursday, so I'll be at school until 8 p.m. Love that for me. And we'll see if Ofsted descend, but I'm kind of over the whole thing, I'll be honest. Yeah, so that is next week. And then next weekend, we're getting the Christmas tree, and I'm very excited for that. So yeah, I'm going to go and get on with my to-do list. And I will try and remember to film some B-roll for you. the 16th of December and we're really going with the glamorous background today. We've got clothes areas, we've got a cat bed, we've got my school bag and the lights behind me. Anyway, I can't face that way because behind you is loads of clothes areas with clothes on that I hung out last Sunday. It's now the following Saturday. And this room is full of stuff because it's become Christmas central. But yes, hi, hello. I feel like I'm being a terrible vlogger this month, like worse than normal. I'm hoping you're enjoying seeing my advent calendars. I'm absolutely loving the jam one. It's just so cute and I've had some really lovely jam flavours. If you're interested in jam content, go and have a look at my Instagram because I've been documenting it there because I'm such a loser. But yeah, it's definitely been bringing me joy. The beauty one's been nice. It doesn't feel very Christmassy is all I would say, but it's definitely nice to have a few nice bits and pieces which I will probably use through January, February, March. But yeah, this week is just nuts. So still no Ofsteds. We hopefully won't get them now. We've only got Monday, Tuesday left before the end of term. Behaviour has just been absolutely awful. I was physically assaulted by a student this week, which is the first time that's happened. I'm all right. I was shoved in my classroom by a year 11 boy and I nearly fell over. So that was fun. I was absolutely fine. It mostly just annoyed me, to be honest, and made me jump. And it meant I had to deal with a whole load of paperwork that I wouldn't have had to deal with if he hadn't done that. So that was annoying. But it is what it is. The school are dealing with it. But yeah, it's just been a bit of a rough week in terms of behaviour. And it's been a very long week. I worked 63 hours in 5 days this week. We did have year 8 parents evening on Thursday, which obviously added to that. But yeah, it's just been a really, really long week. However, we are now on the home stretch. So it's Saturday now. We've got Monday and Tuesday next week. We break up Tuesday. And I'm definitely coasting. All of my kids have done their assessments. I haven't marked them. I'm going to mark those over Christmas. I can't mark right now. I'm not fit for that. So Monday, Tuesday next week will just be Christmas related activities. So we're doing like Christmas poems and watching films and stuff like that. Like there's nothing complicated happening next week. So that's nice. And yeah, mostly I've just been a shell of a human, but I have finished 2 books, which is what I'm going to talk to you about. So the first one I finished was my last audiobook for the year because I'm now firmly swapped over to Christmas music. And that was The Woman in Me by Britney Spears, which was read by Michelle Williams. I had no intention of picking this book up, mostly because I knew it was going to upset me. I watched Gavin's from Gavin Reads It All. He's just changed his name. I think it's that. I'll link him in the description. You've heard of him anyway. He used to be How to Train Your Gavin. He did a brilliant video that I'll also link in the description where he read the whole thing and vlogged it and gave like his thoughts, and obviously it was full of spoilers and stuff, and I was like, great, I'll watch that video. I always enjoy it when Gavin does that. Anyway, and so I knew it was going to be a good video, which it was. Particularly, I'm confusing 2 of his videos together. I was about to say he reads part of it on his vibration plate, but he doesn't. That was his Christmas Smut video, which I would also highly recommend and will put in the description because it made me absolutely belly laugh at my desk while I was marking. So thank you for that, Gavin. But anyway, I was like, great, I can just watch that and then I won't need to actually read it. And then I've heard so many reviews about it, and it was on Scribed. I cannot get into my head what it's called now, but anyway, the new Scribed, it was on there, and I couldn't find anything else that I wanted to read. I tried a couple of audiobooks and stuff. DNF just wasn't quite in the mood, and then I saw that one and I was like, okay, it's only like 6 hours long, so I could fit it in before the end of term. Started listening to it and I just couldn't stop listening to it. And I gave it 4 stars. It's the first thing to say, and I know some people are very anti rating non-fiction, particularly when it's about people's lives, which I totally understand. However, I feel like if somebody's put their story out there into a book and I've read it, then I'm going to also review it, and that includes giving it a rating so you can get an idea of what I thought of it. I think the whole thing is completely heartbreaking. I would say that the first half of the book, which is her talking about her childhood and her rise to fame and all of the stuff that she achieved up until the conservatorship, I really enjoyed, but it felt quite rushed and quite surface level, and it felt a lot like she just wanted to talk about the conservatorship, which makes absolutely total sense. But if that was the case, then maybe just write a book about that and focus on that, because I felt like a lot of the time we were like skimming through, and at certain points I didn't know how old she was when she was telling these stories, or how old she was in the stories. and we were like jumping from decade to decade. So that I found a little bit harder to follow, and it felt very surface. But when she started talking about the things that she's been through over the 13 years of her conservatorship, that was the bit that I knew I was going to find really hard to listen to. And there are lots and lots of content warnings for the book, as I'm sure you're aware, because everyone's been talking about this book through the end of the year. And I think for me, like, I obviously knew that she was under a conservatorship and that her dad was in charge of her life, but I didn't realise how far-reaching it was and how many people were complicit in controlling her life. And I found that really shocking. I also found it really shocking, the unkindness, the completely unnecessary unkindness that she experienced from other people, both in the public eye and privately. And yeah, it was just absolutely heartbreaking. Britney Spears reads the very first, the introduction part of the book, and in that she obviously rightly says that she isn't reading the whole thing because she would find it too difficult to do, which is absolutely fair enough. And Michelle Williams does an absolutely gorgeous job of it, to the point where I forgot it wasn't Britney speaking. It just felt so natural, and the way she reads is beautiful. So yeah, I gave it 4 stars. I would definitely recommend it. I would check content warnings, and I'll leave a link to the content warning website that I use, just so you can have a look at that, because some of the content warnings are very explicit in the book. But I think overall Britney comes across as, Britney Spears, it feels weird just saying her first name like I know her. She comes across as someone who is an incredible mother, kind and funny, and creative and clever, and someone who is clearly it feels like, having read her book, looking for safety and love, which is what we're all looking for. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Is that the word? I appreciated it a lot. Gave it 4 stars. Would definitely recommend. And then a book I finished this morning was The Christmas Appeal by Janice Hallett, in this cute little edition. I really love these end pages as well. And this is just a follow-on, sort of. It's like book 1.5, following on from The Appeal, which is one of my favourite books of 2020. We're back in the same village. We're back with the Amateur Dramatics group, who are putting on a performance of Jack and the Beanstalk. And we are following through texts, email transcripts, a few other different things, WhatsApp messages, what happens on the night of the Jack and the Beanstalk play. And that is all I will say, really. I thought this was fun. I gave this 4 stars. I didn't love it anywhere near as much as I loved The Appeal. Just wasn't quite as gripped by it. And I thought the conclusion of the murder was a little bit lackluster. I wasn't like shocked like I was when I read The Appeal. But yeah, it was still fun. It was a very quick read. It was perfect for me this week. It's really short. It's in mixed media, so it goes really quickly. And yeah, I thought it was fun, so I gave that 4 stars. Today is one of my favourite days, literally favourite weekends in the whole year, and it is Christmas tree weekend, which I'm so excited about. If you've been here before, I'll put last December's vlog in the description if you want to watch that. Today is the day that the 3 of us go up to a local farm. We choose a Christmas tree, we have some hot chocolate and a little mooch around the farm shop, and then we come home and put the tree up in the lounge and have to move all of our furniture to make it fit. And then tomorrow, once the cats have had 24 hours to circle the tree and hopefully not climb it, we will then decorate, and I'm so excited for it. I've been feeling sort of almost Christmassy, but not quite, and I feel like this weekend is when that Christmas feeling is going to kick in. I'm also not working at all this weekend because I'm just so exhausted, and there is nothing like pressingly urgent that I need to do for Monday or Tuesday. So we're taking a little bit of time to just chill and be Christmassy with my boys. I'm wearing my black cat earrings today, which are not Christmassy. There we go. But I've been wearing my tacky Christmas earrings to school all week, which has been really fun. I kept meaning to vlog a little clip to show you, and I just kept forgetting. I will try and do it next week. But they're not very good for my ears, and they're really heavy, whereas these, Charlie got these for me, Charlie Brooks, not my Charlie, for my birthday, and they're really light because I think they're acrylic, so I can barely feel that they're in, but I just like wearing them. So yeah, I've got that on. I've got one of my favourite multicoloured star jumpers on, and we are going to go and get seriously festive this weekend. It's the 20th of December and I'm on holiday. It is finally the Christmas holidays and I'm so happy about it. I know I say this all the time. I'm exhausted. I have nothing left in the tank. And yeah, I'm just happy that we got to the end of a very, very long term. The last couple of days were quite nice, to be fair. I feel like all the stuff, we were slightly holding our breaths, waiting for something to happen. Nothing did, but it's still that slight feeling of being on edge all the time. And we did finish off with some sing-along, like karaoke type stuff in the hall with all the kids, which was really lovely. But yeah, I'm so happy we're done. Today is for all the chores. So today is for all the stuff I didn't do at the weekend, because I think I spoke to you Saturday morning or Friday night, I can't remember. But I basically just didn't move from the sofa all weekend. We went and got the tree, which is over there at the moment. It's all sparkly, making me so happy. We went and got the tree Saturday, and then I was supposed to do a load of stuff, and I just couldn't. I was so exhausted. I just lay on the sofa and read and napped a little bit and all that kind of stuff. And then Sunday we decorated the tree and the house and got it all festive. And I did my chores that I had to do, like food shopping and stuff, which is coming today. We've got the biggest food job of the year arriving at some point in the next hour. So yeah, today is for all the stuff I didn't do at the weekend. So I still need to wrap presents. I need to film the video for Anna Louisa, which I don't think I've spoken to you about yet. So I need to do that. I'm also going on Brittany's reading sprints at 1 o'clock today, which I'll link in the description if you want to go and watch those. I will probably be wrapping presents on those, but obviously by the time you see this, they will have happened. Sorry, I've got two cats who are starting to scrap behind the camera jack. And I just need to get myself ready, basically, because I am not. And then tomorrow I pick Charlie up. We have 2 days with him. So tomorrow I'll pick him up late morning because he's now a teenager. And we'll go for our traditional brunch to start off the school holidays. Then I'm going for cake and a coffee and a catch up with my mother-in-law, which will be really lovely. And then Friday, Gary's off as well. So we're going to the German market in Bristol. And then dropping Charlie back to his mum. And then Gary and I've got a couple of days before Christmas. So yeah. What should I talk to you about first? Let's talk about Anna Louisa, because I've just mentioned it. So they contacted me about a week ago. This all happened really fast, and asked if I'd be interested in them sending me some jewellery pieces, and I was like, yes, please. Oh, here comes Sav's tail. And yeah, they're a brand that are obviously, there she goes again. This is what's going to happen through this whole Anna Louisa video, I can already tell. I'm really nervous to film this video. I always get nervous for sponsor content because there feels like the stakes are higher. And I don't want to get it wrong. But anyway, by the time this goes up, that will have happened ages ago, so I'll link that as well if you haven't seen it. But yeah, they contacted me about a week ago from when I'm talking now. And obviously they're a massive brand and they work with what I would consider big booktubers. So I was really surprised to get an email from them. And then within about 2 days, this parcel was in my house. So for anyone that doesn't know, I don't get paid by Anna Louisa, but it's still an ad because they gift me the jewellery to talk about. And yeah, it's just been really exciting. It's a brand I really like. They've got a really good ethos behind them, like they're carbon neutral, all that stuff. Like I said, the video will be linked in the description so you can see all that information there. They're just a brand I really like, and their jewellery is really beautiful. So I just feel really honoured that they've sent me this. So you'll have seen it in the video, but like this is the packaging that came. All like plastic free. Let's put it down so you don't see my address. And then they come in these really cute little pouches which are magnetic, which is also just, it for some reason soothes my soul. And they sent me a pair of earrings, which I think is in this one. Yeah, this beautiful pair of pearl earrings, silver ones. And then I don't usually wear gold jewelry, or I haven't, but I saw this on their website. Because what happens is, this is a ridiculous thing to happen to me. They send you a link to their website and they're like, choose 10 pieces, your favourite pieces, give us a list and we'll send you 2. And I was literally sat on the website with Gary. I was like, how is this my life? This is nuts. But yeah, like I said, I don't usually wear gold. I tend to wear silver, or my rings, my wedding rings are platinum. But I just saw this necklace and I was like, that's really pretty. I mean, all their stuff is really pretty. So yeah, I was really happy that they sent it to me, and I've clearly put it in the bag wrong because it now doesn't want to come out. There we go, let's do it that way. And it's this gold heart necklace. I need to take that wrapper off before I film. So yeah, I'm going to film that today, which is a bit nerve-wracking because it's also going up today, which is a much closer turnaround than I usually have. They do have very tight turnarounds, and the video has to go up by the 20th, which is today, and today is the first chance I've had to film. So I'm going to film that. And do a few other bits. So let's talk about books, because I finished one and I've hauled one. because, you know, that's how I roll. The book that I finished was Make You Mine This Christmas by Lizzie Huxley Jones. This was Charlotte from Books and Bargains' pick for me this December. I get her to pick a book for me every year. This was her choice. It took her about 0.2 seconds to text me back when I dropped her a message to say, what should I read? I really enjoyed this. I gave this 4 stars. We are following, oh my gosh, what's the woman's name? Who basically, after a series of events, ends up alone, realises that she's going to have a Christmas alone, and she's horrified by that prospect. And she goes to a Christmas party with her flatmate, and she accidentally ends up kissing a guy under the mistletoe. And his ex-girlfriend sees this happen. He panics and introduces her as his girlfriend. And she basically agrees to fake date him over Christmas and go home with him over the Christmas period so that he doesn't have to deal with his parents and his ex-girlfriend by himself. So she goes home with him, and on the way to meet him to get the train home for Christmas, she has this meet cute with this girl in a bookshop. And it's completely adorable, and they immediately have chemistry, and she thinks she's never going to see her again. And then she turns up at the fake boyfriend's house, and lo and behold, it's his sister that she's had a meet cute with in the bookshop. This was so fun. This was so festive and very British. I love all the rep. We've got a bisexual main character. We've got the sister is a lesbian. The brother is also bisexual. We've got a non-binary housemate and friend. There's just all kinds of rep in here. It was very fun and cozy and warm. It didn't give me the 5-star feels, I have to be honest. And also, it wasn't quite spicy enough for me. And also, I always struggle a little bit with like miscommunication, and the ending felt a little bit rushed and slightly cliched. But I can see why this was a favourite of Charlotte's the year she read it. It's also all over the Book Tonight this year, so I'm sure you've heard other people give far more coherent reviews than I've just done. But I thought this was really fun. So if you're looking for a queer Christmas novel, this is definitely one to go for. I really enjoyed it. I will definitely look for more from the author, so that was a definite success. And then the book that I finally hauled, because my order was late, sorry, that was just, I don't know if you saw him, but it was Jack just like jumping over the top of the camera, is Heartstopper Volume 5. It's finally here. This came out, well over a week ago, and it arrived in my house yesterday or the day before. This is the 5th volume of the Nick and Charlie series. It just says Nick and Charlie are in love, but what happens next? And if you didn't see my books I'm going to reread in 2024 video, which I'll also link in the description, my first reading plans for next year are to read volumes 1 to 4 and then pick this up. But I can't lie, it's taking all of my willpower not to just pick this up now. The only reason I'm not is because I just know it will be better if I wait and reread the first 4 and then pick this one up. So yeah, this is a book that has finally come into my possession. My order was late, but that's what I get for pre-ordering through Amazon, which I am stopping from next year. And I'm so happy it's here. I'm so happy it's here. So yeah. Okay, I need to stop waffling, break up a cat fight. That was Jack. And film this Anna Louisa video, which I'm very nervous about. Then I need to get wrapping and do the live show with Brittany this afternoon. So it should be a busy but a fun day. It's the 21st of December, and I feel like this is an angle that I never use. I wanted to get the Christmas tree in behind me so we have like Christmas vibes, right? But you can also see like all the junk in my hallway. This is the corner of the cat tunnel. They are obsessed with this thing, and yes, it takes up my entire lounge, but what are you gonna do? And I wanted to get some half decent light on my face. Today is the shortest day of the year. Winter solstice is tomorrow at 3 a.m. and I feel like it hasn't been light for days properly. I love winter. I love Christmas. I love getting cozy. I love not having the pressure to like go out and do things. but I do really struggle with the lack of light, so I know it will be a slow process, but I am really glad that it will start getting lighter a little bit at a time from tomorrow. But yeah, so it's only a day since I spoke to you, but I finished 2 books and I'm just on my way out. I need to leave in the next like 10 minutes to go and get Charlie. But I finished 2 books yesterday, so I thought I would chat to you about them. I'm also wearing my beautiful knitted jumper from my mother-in-law because I'm seeing her today. I wear it like all the time, but I always make sure when I see her, like when we go out one-on-one in the winter, that I wear one of the jumpers that she bought me. If you've been around for a while, you'll also know, I feel like it was like 2 birthdays ago, she made me the most beautiful black and white cat patterned jumper, which you'll probably see me wear at some point this Christmas. But I love this one in particular because I really love this colour, and I love is this like a cable knit pattern? I don't know the words, but it's really comfortable and soft, and yes, I thought I would put it on to go and see her today. I'm also wearing my Ana Luisa earrings, which I am completely obsessed with. So there's that. I'm feeling, if you can't tell, feeling a bit swirly today. I'm quite angsty. This always happens because obviously when I'm working, I'm on like high alert all the time. So it's really hard to go from like being in the red constantly to just nothing. It's definitely a process to relax. I also always get anxiety before Christmas because we host, and we're hosting Boxing Day this year because we share Charlie's Christmases between us and his mum, and it's our turn to have Boxing Day this year, which is fine. Christmas Day itself, I know it does for lots of people, but it doesn't hold any religious significance for us, so whether we do it on the 25th or the 26th is no big deal, and whichever day we have Charlie is our Christmas Day. So we've got all the family coming, or a lot of the family coming on Boxing Day for Christmas Day, if that makes sense. We call it Christmas Day, but I always just get like pre-match nerves. Have I got a cat? Oh no, it's my bag. I thought there was a cat behind me. There's a cat up there, and I think there's a cat under the tree, so chaos will erupt at any second. And I always feel a lot of pressure to get it right, not from the people that come. Everyone that comes is lovely, and I feel like even if I just ordered a Domino's, they'd be happy, but for me it's like the big meal of the year, and I don't want to mess it up for anybody, so I always get a little bit anxious. There's also a lot of elements to Christmas dinner, and you know, the house needs cleaning and setting up. I still haven't wrapped anything. I didn't do any wrapping yesterday, so I still need to do that. And I'm making dessert, which I don't do very much. So it's just all that stuff. I'm just like, I just really want everyone to have a good time and enjoy it, which they will. So this current state of anxiety is dumb. But yeah, today I'm going to go and pick Charlie up. We're going to go for brunchy, lunchy, whatever, which will be nice. Then I'll drop him back, go and pick my mother-in-law up. We're going to have our catch-up. And then come home, and I need to cook something healthy for dinner because, hello Sally, we are obviously going into, where are you going? Oh, she's literally just behind me. Can you see her? There she is. Hello. She's like, oh, what are you doing? We're obviously going into the next 10 days or so of excessive eating and not much healthy eating, so cook something nutritious tonight, and then we're going to the German market tomorrow. I feel like I've already told you that, probably just waffling at this point. Right, books that I finished. Let's focus because I need to get this clip filmed and then get out the door to go and get the boy. The first one I finished was Stay Another Day by Juno Dawson. This is very kindly gifted me. I want to say it was Sue. No, it was Sheila at SS Loves Books. Thank you so very much. This was a birthday present, I think. I really enjoyed this. Charlotte's been shouting at me to read it for ages. I gave it 4 stars as the first thing to say. I thought it was going to be 5 stars in the first 100 pages. I couldn't put it down. I was texting Charlotte. I was like, this is like EastEnders, but much better written. And we're basically following a family where the 2 grown-up children and the teenager who still lives at home kind of come home for Christmas, and it's about their Christmas. And it starts, I think, on the 22nd. And I had planned to read it in real time. Does it start the 22nd? Yeah, 22nd of December it starts. And it goes all the way through to Boxing Day. And I had planned to read it in real time, and then I got overexcited and picked it up early and flew through it. I really enjoyed this. I love Juno Dawson's writing. It's very British Christmas. It's very British humour. There are some twists and turns. There are big content warnings, and Juno Dawson gives us an actual content warning from her at the beginning. It says, this book is a work of fiction but includes subject matter that some readers may find triggering, including conversations about eating disorders and self-harm. Further guidance can be found at the back of the novel, and I love that she's done that. And it does go very much into what it's like to live with an eating disorder, particularly at Christmas, so just be aware of that before you go into it. I gave this 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I loved, like I said, the kind of British Christmasness of it. You occasionally get short chapters from the perspective of the house, and I loved those bits. I loved watching all of the kind of secrets unravel in this family. It says on the front, 4 sleeps till Christmas, 3 siblings, 1 big secret. There's more than one secret in this. I loved all the rep in it. So we've got a gay main character, we've got a bisexual side character, we've got a non-binary side character, we've got a bisexual side character as well. There's lots and lots of different rep in here. Which I really enjoyed, and Juno Dawson always writes that really well. I think for me, it didn't give me the 5-star feels by the end, and I really didn't like one of the main characters. I was just very annoyed by them throughout, so that kind of brought it down a little bit for me. But I did love this, and I would definitely recommend it if you're looking for a fun Christmassy read that's got some like bigger topics in it. I would recommend this, and I love Juno Dawson's writing, and I'm very happy that I got to read it, so thank you very much for that one. And then I read Pet by Quakey Emezi. Now, if you look at my GoodReads and my StoryGraph, it'll tell you I read the whole thing yesterday, which is doable because it's short. I've actually been reading this since October. This was my school read. I have to have a book at school that I can be reading when the kids are doing their library lessons. I'd read about half of it, and I finished it off yesterday on sprints with Brittany and the others, which was really fun. I think I've probably already said, but I'll link it, that video, that live, in the description if you want to see it. And I gave this 4.5 stars. So we are following, is it Jam? Yeah, so we're following Jam, who lives in a town called Lucille where there are no monsters. And then she goes into her mother's art studio one evening, and she accidentally ends up cutting her hand, and a little bit of blood goes onto the painting that her mother has been painting, and out of it comes this thing called Pet. And it just says, Pet has come to hunt the evil lurking in Redemption's house. Redemption is Jam's best friend. And I don't really want to say any more than that because that's all I knew going in. This is really dark. It's really interesting. It's an interesting look at what is a monster, what makes something a monster, and how do you spot monsters and all of that kind of stuff. And then also, what do you do once you've found a monster? And that's kind of all I'm going to say. This has also got loads of rep in it. I love Emezi's writing. The ending felt rushed, and I know that's a weird thing to say. I think this is marketed as young adult. It's only 200 pages, so I knew it was going to be short, but it felt like there was like quite a lot of, like, Emezi was building the layers really slowly and really, really well, and then the end just felt a little bit rushed. I do want to read the prequel. I can't remember what that one's called. And I definitely want to read everything else that Quakey Emezi's ever written. I read You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty in the summer, and I loved it so much. It's one of my, like, spoiler for my favourite books of the year video, but that book was so high up there, and this is the next one that I have managed to pick up from them, and I definitely want to read more. So yeah, I'm really glad I read this. This will go into my classroom library eventually, and yeah, that was a 4.5 star read. So I need to go and get the boy, well, the teenager these days, and make a start on my day. And yeah, that is the update for now, and I'm just hoping we'll get a little bit of light today, but the days are going to start getting longer. the 25th of December, so Merry Christmas if you are celebrating today. It's just Gary and I today. We've got a big family Christmas with Charlie and my in-laws and my grandma tomorrow, which is going to be really fun. And I just thought I'd take a little bit of time out of our Christmas shenanigans, here comes Sav, to open some gifts that I've had. She's now sat just off camera. She's like, no, I'm not going to be useful and actually come on camera. Yeah, so we are having a really nice day today. Gary is just there behind the camera. I don't usually have a studio audience when I'm filming, so I feel a little bit weird. But yeah, we're having a nice chilled day today. We have had presents. Hello, Savvy. We've had gifts and stuff and breakfast, and then I've just done a load of prep for tomorrow, which is our main like Christmas day. So I've made Ferrero Rocher brownies. I have made red cabbage with apple and spices and stuff. I've made a cauliflower cheese, and the ham is just doing its thing. So yeah, I thought I would, well, I've got like half an hour before I need to do the next thing. I thought I would just sit down and open some gifts because I have been very spoiled by you guys this year. So first of all, we've got a pile of parcels from the lovely Chloe at Chloe Reads Books, which has been sat in my house for ages. I've been here for weeks because she's very organised. And then I have 7 Amazon parcels, which feels a bit excessive. But yeah, I thought I'd open them on camera so you guys can see. So let's do Chloe's gifts first, because I sat waving at me in their beautiful Santa wrapping. So 4 of these definitely feel like books. She's gone, whoop, the Amazon parcels have slid. She's definitely gone over the top this year because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things to open from her and a card. So let's start with the card. I have also, as a usual disclaimer, we've got the cats prowling, mostly Sav at the moment, but I'm sure Jack will be down in a minute to add to the chaos. So, oh, look at this cute card. Oh, there's something sticking out the top of it. Stickers! 'Tis the season. And she sent me... Oh, she sent some cat stickers. So we've got this one. We have got Cat's Coffee and Book one with a white cat on it. Sav's now playing with the scratcher, which is what you can probably hear. Perfect time to read with me. These are so cute. Just showing Gary as well. Okay, 'tis the season, and then... Oh, she's so cute. This is also just you and Charlie. So that's nice. Okay, so that's the first thing. Then let's see, let's start with this little one that's on the top. She didn't give me an order to open these in, so we're just going to go with whatever comes to hand. Sav's now settling on the chair, so hopefully she'll stop being annoying. She was very excited this morning whilst Gary and I were opening presents, as was Molly, as you saw from the B-roll, who were very much enjoying the wrapping paper. So what is this one? Oh, it's so cute. I don't know what this is. Is this a bookmark? It's very cute though. Let's take it out of this. I think this is a bookmark. So it's very pretty. Like resin with the flowers. So that's nice, just giving the camera a second to focus. And yes, I painted my nails very badly yesterday. Let's not talk about how chipped they are already. This is why I don't bother doing it, because I just immediately chipped them. So we have this, very pretty. This one is the only one that doesn't feel like a book. The others are like definitively book shaped. So let's see what we've got. Ooh, I see something knitted. Is it a hat? Yes, it is. I think it's a hat. Yes, it's a hat. Just showing Gary as well. Okay, this is so cute. And it says colour name Cloud Blue. Okay, it's from the brand that Chloe works for. Oh, it's so soft. Okay, can I put this on without showing you her brand name? Okay. Yeah, that's adorable. Actually, that quite suits me, I think. What do you think, husband? He's giving a thumbs up. You're allowed to talk. He's got the TV on mute so he can keep watching whilst I'm rabbiting onto you guys. That's actually really cozy. I don't usually wear hats, but I like this one. So yeah, that's a definite win. So thank you, Chloe. It's so soft. Okay, let's do books. Like I said, they're not footballs, are they? So let's see what she sent me, because she's got a very similar taste in weird books to me. So let's see what she sent. Ooh, okay. The first note on the first book says, this book is so incredibly weird. So this is Earthlings by Sakura Murata. I think I've said that correctly. And Chloe said, I'm passing this over to you so that you have no guilt over DNFing. Read as much or as little as you can stomach. That's intriguing. Okay, I'm not going to get too much into this because there's loads of stuff here to open. But that sounds interesting. I know that she read it recently and I can't remember what rating she gave it, but I feel like she read it for the 48-hour readathon that we did for my channel recently. So yeah, she did, because it's got this weird little creature on the front of it. So I'm very intrigued by that one. Okay, that's a good start. Let's see what this one is. I really like this paper. What's this one? Ooh, okay. She said, I'm taking a gamble with this one. The blurb gives me Kiss Quotient vibes of getting a dating tutor. Being a gamble, there is no pressure to enjoy / complete. Just give it a go. Okay, and it is Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. I've never heard of this, I don't think. But you can't fake true chemistry. Oh, fake dating. That's always fun. It's about a florist and someone called Will who's got tattoos. It just says, amid steamy practice dates and strictly educational tutoring lessons, the lines of their friendship blur, and Annie reconsiders what her dream guy might look like. Maybe her love life doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be real. That sounds very intriguing. The covers are very, very cute. I will always take Chloe's recommendations. Okay, this is very exciting. So we've got one romance and one weird book. Let's do this one. And then there's like what feels like maybe a hardback. Okay. What is this? Oh my gosh, okay. This is the children's Bible. Did she put a note in with this one? Did it just... Yeah, it didn't make it out of the wrapping. Okay, she said, I'm forcing this book on you because I need an educated opinion. It was weird. I'm just hoping the right weird for you to enjoy, but no pressure. So this is the children's Bible by Lydia Millett, which Chloe read a while ago. And I think she said she didn't understand what happened in it. And it's about 12 eerily mature children on a forced vacation. I'm really intrigued by this. I might read this week, maybe. Let's see. But yeah, let's tuck the note in. I love that she's passed that on to me. Okay, and then last one before we get into the Amazon parcels, which have been steadily accruing over the last 10 days. And I've been very good at not opening them. What's this one? I'm opening this completely wrong. Sorry if anyone is weirded out by the way I open these books. Okay, what is this? This together. Oh yes, I was hoping she'd done this my way. Did I miss the note? This is Rouge by Mona Awad, who wrote Bunny and All's Well. I'm just looking up there because I've got the hardback up there. Chloe was part of the book tour for this, and I think she enjoyed the first part and then didn't enjoy the end. So I'm intrigued to see what this is like. This will also be weird. Mona Awad only does properly weird, like fever dream stories. And yeah, I don't even know what this is about, but I know it says it's a horror-tinged gothic fairy tale about a lonely dress shop clerk whose mother's unexpected death sends her down a treacherous path in pursuit of youth and beauty. Can she escape her mother's fate and find a connection that is more than skin deep? So that sounds really interesting, and Chloe's obviously very kindly passed on her hardback of that. So yes, very, very lovely. So we've got a stack of books, this very soft hat, which actually I really like. Like I said, I don't usually wear hats, but that's a winner. And I'm pretty sure this is a bookmark. I think that's what we do with this. This is very pretty. So thank you very much, Chloe, and the card obviously as well. Right, let's do Amazon parcels. So I've labelled these. Ooh, hang on. Ugh, with the date they arrived, because that is the kind of person I am. My husband's laughing at me. The first one arrived on the 14th, and I was like, I probably shouldn't be opening anything from now in case it's a Christmas present. So the first couple of these, I don't know that they are Christmas presents, and then the last couple, oh, there's one here from the 11th. Clearly my stack has fallen at some point. Let's do that one first. And then the ones that arrived over the last couple of days, definitely Christmas presents. So let's do this in a way that doesn't put my address on the internet. You might put it that way. Right. Let's see what these are. Usual disclaimer, you guys do not have to send me anything. I do not expect it. It does make my day when it happens. But this one is, I thought this was gift book because it's a weird shape. But yeah, you guys do not have to do this. There's 2 in here. Oh my days. Okay, let's see. Our wrapping is finished because my husband's awesome at it. I literally finished mine yesterday. Did I finish wrapping yesterday? Like, yes, slowpoke, you did. But these I always like to reuse. Okay, so who's this from? Oh, these are Christmas presents. Okay, this is from Marianne. Just a wee extra because everyone knows crime and Christmas go together, from Marianne. And then, which is a couple books on Instagram. She said, just to thank you for your support and friendship, it means a lot. You can consider this a belated birthday or early Christmas present, your choice. From Marianne. Well, it's a Christmas present for sure. Let's open this one first because that one says it's the extra. So let's, you can now watch me struggle to open these because I can never do it quickly. Right. Okay, let's pull this out and then you guys might see it before I do. I think it's upside down. Oh, Marianne. Naughty girl, this is very expensive at the moment. This is National Dish by, I can't read that, my dyslexia is going, nope. Angel von Brenson. I can't read this font very easily. Does it say it in here? This is one that I heard Charlotte talking about. I think Anya von Brenson. I heard Charlotte talking about this. I think she had an arc on NetGalley, and this sounds really, really interesting. This is non-fiction. It says around the world in search of food, history, and the meaning of home. And this brings together lots of the things that I really love. Books about food, non-fiction, and this kind of like found family type idea. I can't believe you sent this to me, Marianne. Thank you so much. I love the end pages that look like spaghetti. I'm going to pick this up quickly. Okay, I'm not going to get into like what these books are because you guys will see me read them briefly soon, and I don't want this clip to be like half an hour long. So there's that one. Thank you very much. Okay, and then what's the extra that she sent me? Let's see if I can get into this. Sav's now paying attention because she can see wrapping paper. She's like a heat-seeking missile with that. Right, let's try and get into this. Okay, what is this? This feels like a book. Oh, I thought it was going to... Okay, this is The Treatment by Sarah Moorhead. I've heard quite a bit of buzz about this in that it's dystopian-ish and it's weird. I don't really know anything else about it. Some people want justice, others just want revenge. And it's something about a new crime, like a new punishment system rather than prisons or something. And this sounds really, really interesting. But psychiatrist Grace Gunnison has uncovered a terrible flaw in the system, one that is allowing people to get away with murder. This looks really interesting. I think it might have been Olivia's Catastrophe talking about this. This cover is just something else. But Marianne, thank you so much. Spoiled for sure. Okay, let's keep going. I haven't done one of these sit and open loads of stuff for a while. Clips or videos? This probably could be a video by itself, but we all know it won't be. Right, let's do, this is a hardback. Let's do the gift note first. So this is from Tracy. Happy Christmas, thanks for all the content this year. Love Bookie Tracy. So she's Bookie Tracy on Instagram. So let's see what this is. Ooh, okay, Catherine Ryan Howard, The Trap, great choice. So I've read a couple of Catherine Ryan Howard's. I've read the 55 Hours one, which was her COVID story. But I think this is one, yeah, it says on the front, to catch a killer, she'll become a victim. I think this is where a woman or a young girl is trying to catch the serial killer that she thinks killed her sister. And to do that, she's kind of making herself the bait. And Catherine Ryan Howard is an author that I really enjoy in that they are like quick and easy to read and really absorbing. So yeah, I'm excited for this. I feel like I'm going to say I want to pick all these up immediately because I will. But thank you so much for that, Tracy. That was a great pick. Okay, we got this little one was next in. Like I said, I got the date on them, so I know which order to open them. Let's see what gift note we've got first. That's the receipt. Oh, it's from Lindsay. Okay, she said, Merry Christmas. Thank you for all the fantastic content this year. All the best for 2024 from Lindsay. So thank you so much. Let's see what you've gone for. I'm always intrigued to see what people pick. Oh, yes. This is Skin Deep by Liz Nugent, who wrote, I've read a couple of Liz Nugent's in the last couple of years, but she wrote Lying in Wait, Unraveling Oliver. The other one that I really enjoyed this year, I can't remember, put it in the description. This is a really good choice. And a bit like Catherine Ryan Howard, I'm always just really absorbed by Liz Nugent books. I feel like Liz Nugent is a slightly better writer. But I don't even really know what this is about. I just saw that it was Liz Nugent, put it on my wish list. It just says she's not who you think she is on the front. But what's the truth behind Delia's tragic past, and what happens when a face in the past turns up on her doorstep? Yes, this is so exciting. Thank you so much, Lindsay. This is a great choice. Okay, because I was looking at my shelves yesterday and I think I've got one thriller left on there, so This is restocking my thriller shelves, which I very much appreciate. Okay, let's do this one. This one's next. I know I'm going through these quite fast and I'm not really talking about synopses and stuff, but like I said, we've got a few and you will see me read them shortly. Okay, this is from Mary. Mary Among Stories. She said, Merry Christmas, lovely. Hope you have a wonderful festive season and the happiest new year. Sending you lots of love and hugs from Mary at Mary Among Stories. This is so lovely. Okay, I will obviously link anyone who's got a channel. I'll have linked in the description. Ah, yes! This is Garlic and the Witch. I read Garlic and the Vampire in October and I absolutely loved it. This is a graphic novel. Let's see if I can find you just like so you can get an idea of the art style. And it's just, Garlic is this little garlic bulb who lives and works on a vegetable stall. And like in the first one, it's all about the vampire that moves into the local castle. So I'm really, really excited to read the next one. This was so cute. I will not be waiting until October to read this for sure. Thank you so much, Mary. It's a really lovely choice. And yes, I'm so excited to read this as well. Oh my gosh. Okay. Right. We've got 3 left. One of which is a very big parcel. Let's do this one. Okay. Let's see. Gift note. No, that's the receipt. Gift note. Hello. I don't think there is one in here. Let's see what the book is and then I might be able to find the gift note afterwards. Oh, it's chunky. Oh, yes. Okay. This is Peaches from Monsieur Liqueur from by Joanne Harris. It's the 3rd book in the Chocolat series. I read and really enjoyed the Lollipop Shoes this year, and I've got Chocolat here on my keep it shelf. And this is book 3. What a beautiful cover. Oh my gosh. And I don't even know what this is about. I just know that it's the next one in the series. Was there not a gift note? There was not. Okay, so I will have put a message out on social media by the time you guys see this, but if this was you and I haven't found you and thanked you yet, please let me know so I can say thank you properly. I'm really excited for this. I feel like this is going to be a really like good, cozy kind of end of winter, start of spring type story, because it's usually like there's always food involved and like magic and all of that stuff. So yeah, she's quite big. But I am excited for it and I really love that cover. Okay, last 2. We're nearly there, husband. It's being very patient whilst I chat to people on the internet. This, I don't know how to open this easily. Ooh, something in there moving around. Okay. I'm just going to have to stick my whole hand in, I think. Let's see if I can find who it's from first. Oh, from Sarah. She said, Merry Christmas. Thank you for all your content, especially your reading month videos. I hope you're able to fully rest and relax before it's once more under the breach come January. So that's Sarah. Yes, Sarah. We are, it's just the 2 of us today, although I'm doing like all of the baking and cooking and Christmas prep that everybody else did today. But after I've done this, we're going to have some lunch and then we're going to chill. And then tomorrow we've got all the family, which will be complete madness. And then we've got... following day we've got a day off, just the 3 of us, then it's down to my family, and then it'll be home and I will relax over New Year's Eve. There's loads of bits in here. Okay, let's see what we've got. Right. Oh, excellent choice. She has picked Like a Curse by Elle McNichol. The first one is up there because it's my favourite stack for the year, spoiler for that video. And this is the second one from Like a Charm, which is, so this is middle grade slash kind of YA magical fantasy. Absolutely loved the first one. What else is in here? Like I said, there's loads of... Oh, there's 2 bits. Okay, and then... Whoa, okay. She's bought me Laura Olympus. It's a bit... Okay. So this is another graphic novel series, and I think this is volume 1, so I don't know how many like books there are in here, but this is a Hades and Persephone retelling. And I know that loads and loads of people love this series and I'm about 5 years behind everybody. But I saw Brie from 4 Paws in a Book talking about this. I saw Leanne at Literary Divergence talking about this. And I read Hades and Persephone retelling over the summer and just really, really loved it. And it made me want to pick this up. And I'm trying to find... Let's have a little look at the beginning because then it won't be spoiled. But you've got the art style. Look. He's like, yeah. You're allowed to talk, it's fine. We've got a content warning at the beginning. We love that. I cannot believe you've bought me this, Sarah. Wow. Okay. Thank you so much. 2 absolutely cracking choices. I'm very excited for both. I just want to double check and see if there's any more gift notes in here, or if it's just the one. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the Laura Olympus. There's a massive stack of recycling next to me. Sorry, husband. He's in charge of recycling in our house. Right, last one. Oh, what a stack. Okay, I can't open this. This arrived yesterday. Okay. Last one. Gift note first. Note. Okay. Oh yes, this is Maggie O'Farrell. I am. She wrote Hamlet, and The Marriage Portrait, 2 of my favourite books of all time. Is there a gift note? Yes, it is, just down at the bottom. Nope, that's a receipt. Screwed up at the bottom. Who is this from? Oh, it's from Joe and Alfie. I should have known, really. Well done on surviving another term. Have a great break and a fabulous Christmas, from Joe and Alfie. If you don't know Joe and Alfie, I'm sure you probably do because I talk about them all the time. Alfie is just the most adorable little dog who wears bow ties and brightens my day constantly. Thank you so much, Joe. This is a really good choice. This is non-fiction. This is Maggie O'Farrell's account of her 17 brushes with death. And I've heard only good things about this. I also really like this cover. And I'm very excited to read this along with all the others. So there we go. I've been completely and thoroughly and completely, I've said completely twice then, spoilt. Both by Chloe. Let's add Chloe's books to the stack. And by you guys. Let's pick up, oh my gosh, this book stack. This is heavy. Ugh. I think my bookshelves are about to get a refresh. Thank you so very much. I'm going to put these down because they're genuinely heavy and they're going to slide everywhere. I am off to tidy up all of this and then sit down and relax. I do have 3 books to tell you about that I finished since I spoke to you last, but we'll do that in the next clip, which will probably be in a couple of days' time. Because for now I'm going to go off and enjoy my Christmas day with the husband and get ready for the chaos of the family arriving tomorrow. It's the 26th of December. Today is our Christmas day. As you can see, I have got the hair up. We have the big cup of icy water, and I have got a lot to do today. We are hosting 8 or 9 people for our Christmas day today. So yeah, everything is in chaos. It is about 7:10, I think. Oh no, 10 to 8. I need to move quicker than I thought. Husband's upstairs sorting up there. And yeah, this is just a very quick clip to show you the chaos of our Christmas day, on Boxing Day. Still in my pyjamas. I will be for a while. But yeah, it is finally our Christmas day. The 27th of December and we have Christmased, and it was excellent. So we're in a very weird corner of my bedroom, which I don't usually show you. This is the wardrobe behind me. It's literally the only room. I had to film it in my bedroom because Gary's in his office and Charlie's downstairs on his Xbox in the lounge. And this is the only corner of this room that's even got halfway decent light, even though it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're just working with this. Also, you can't see any chaos behind me because my whole house is just stuff everywhere today, which is slightly stressing me out, I won't lie. Today we are just at home, the three of us. We always make sure we have at least one day in the break post-Christmas, pre-New Year's Eve, where we just chill in the house. So that's what we are doing today. As you can see, I am my usual highly presentable self. It's fine. So yeah, we had a lovely day yesterday, really busy, lots of family, really fun, good food. If I do say so myself, I'll put a picture of my roast up here if I remember. It was 18 elements in the end to that Christmas lunch. But thoroughly enjoyed everything. We all had some lovely presents, and yeah, it was just a really good time. I have got 3 books to talk to you about that I finished in the last few days. I don't even know what actual day it is. I know it's the 27th, that's all I know. I've got another book that I was gifted that I haven't shown you, and then I'm just going to show you a couple of the Christmassy bits that I got. I'm not going to show you everything. You've already seen the giant book haul in the middle of this video, but yeah, I just want to show you a couple of the bits. I'm not even sure if this is straight. Does that matter? I mean, it's not wildly wonky. That might be better now. I've also, just as a usual disclaimer, got Sav. You're like perched on the corner of our bed. I've got Sav asleep there, and Moles is here. You can see all the chaos in my bedroom now. She's asleep just there, and we've got Sav over there. So chaos could erupt at any second. Okay, let's talk about books that I finished. So the first of the books I finished was the last of the... No, it wasn't. The second to last of the Christmassy books. I read Midnight in Everwood by M.A. Kuznia. This is the beautiful sprayed edges Waterstones edition. Absolutely gorgeous. This was gifted to me by Charlotte at Books and Bargains when she unhauled it, pulled it out of her unhaul pile. And this is a Nutcracker retelling. We start in 1906, and we're following Mariella. Is that her name? That might be a lie. Marietta. There we go. Who is from a very wealthy family, and she loves to dance. She loves to dance ballet, and her family, because she's turning 20 or 21, are forcing her to give it up. And on Christmas Eve, she's allowed to give one final performance. And she, through a series of events, finds herself in this mystical, magical world of Everwood, and it's about what happens to her. I gave this 4 stars. I loved the start of it and the end of it when we weren't in Everwood. The bit in Everwood I found a little bit repetitive, and a little bit I was slightly skim reading. I also couldn't work out if this was middle grade or adult, young adult or adult, and I'm still not sure, having read the book. But there is like a random sex scene near the end, and I was just like, has the author suddenly realised, like, there'd been romantic tensions brewing, which I really enjoyed, and I enjoyed that relationship, but then they were just suddenly having sex, and it was just like, this feels a little bit like it's come out of nowhere. Like, that wasn't the tone of the rest of the book. I don't know. However, the writing was beautiful. There are some gorgeous descriptions of food, which you guys know is one of my favourite things, and also some really beautiful descriptions of ballet. And if you are someone who has been a dancer or is a dancer or knows a lot about ballet, I feel like this is a book you should definitely check out. Like I said, I really liked the beginning and the end when we weren't in Everwood, and then the bit in the middle, like I said, I just got a tiny bit bored, which is why it turned out to be a 4-star. I still really enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend it as a wintry read. It doesn't have to be a Christmas read. Part of the story is set on Christmas Eve, but it's like not a big theme in the story. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed this, and I'm really glad that I got to read it. So thank you, Charlotte, for sending that my way. Then I finally had a 5-star read, and I know I gave the Nutcracker 5-star earlier in the month, but for me, like, that was a 5-star because it was perfect for what it was. This is a 5-star read. It's my first 5-star read, I think, since October, that I'm properly like, I really enjoyed this, and I think everyone should read it. And that's The Skeleton Key by Erin Kelly. This was a cover buy on my birthday. So the lovely Charlie, Olivia, Savannah and Amelia, who I will probably already have linked because I've probably already mentioned in this vlog, got together for my birthday and bought me a book voucher for Mr. B's, which is, sorry, I'm just moving this pile out of the way so I've got a bit more space, which is a bookshop I love, an independent bookshop I love in Bath, and I'll put the vlog below so that you can see me opening it. They did confuse me because they didn't put like surnames or anything on the note, or like Booktube in brackets. So I am a little bit confused as to who sent me it in that vlog, but that's who it was. And anyway, I picked up 2 books. I still got a little bit more of that voucher spend. But this is one I picked up, and it was a complete cover buy, and you can probably see why. And also, I mistakenly thought this was historical fiction. This is not historical fiction. It's set in contemporary London. And it is all about, well, it's got loads of things that I love, okay? It's a book about a book, for one. It is about a messy family and the secrets that they have. And it's got a murder mystery at the centre of it. And I'm going to be really careful how I describe this book, because I don't want to give anything away, because I just went in with the bare minimum information, which is what I'll give you. And I just absolutely loved it. I didn't want to put it down. When I had to put it down to go and do things, I was grumpy about it, and I was thinking about the book the entire time until I picked it up again. I loved this so much. The only other Erin Kelly I've read is He Said, She Said, which is one of her thrillers, and I don't remember loving it particularly. I think it was fine. It was just a fine thriller. This I'm still thinking about, and it's probably been about a week since I finished it. So we are following the Churcher family. So 50 years ago, Frank Churcher wrote a picture book, and in that picture book he put a load of clues, and the idea was that people would read the book and follow the clues to find this kind of cache of jewels. And no one's ever found the final clue. People have died along the way, and it's now 50 years later. It's like the 50th anniversary, and the family are getting together for this like anniversary, and we're following, what was her name, Nessie? Why am I so bad at... Yeah, Nell. Not even close. We're following Nell, who is the daughter of this family, as they kind of all get together, back together 50 years later to celebrate the anniversary. And that is all I will say. I loved this. It is about secrets and lies. It is about the lies we tell ourselves, the lies we tell our family. It's about family dynamics and how complicated those can be. And it does also have a murder mystery element to it. So I absolutely loved this. It's big. It's over 500 pages. It's 497 pages if you want to be specific. But I absolutely flew through this. I could easily have read this in 2 goes if I had just been left alone to read. So yeah, loved this. Highly, highly recommend. And thank you so much to the ladies for giving me the gift voucher so that I could get my little hands on it. But yeah, I will definitely be thinking about this one for a long time to come. And then the final book that I have finished so far this month was my annual reread of A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Everyone knows what this book is. I give it 5 stars every year. I always reread it on Christmas Eve. It is a book that I teach as well. I teach it to year 10 and year 11 because it's on the GCSE English literature course. And I just like to reclaim it for myself on Christmas Eve and reread it without having to drag a bunch of teenagers through it. And I got this beautiful edition, and yeah, this was just cozy. I curled up and started this on Christmas night, on Christmas Eve, and I finished it in the morning Christmas Day before the day got going. And 5 stars. I love it. It's the only Dickens I actually like. I don't like the rest of his work. I've read most all of it. And this is the only one that I actually really love. But yeah, 5 stars. Just always a beautiful, Christmassy, lovely reread and part of the tradition of our Christmas. Okay, then the book that another book that I was gifted over Christmas, I don't know why I've lost the ability to speak today, was The Goodbye Cat by Hiro Arikara. I will find out how to say that. I definitely said that wrong. And my boss gifted me this for Christmas, and this is short stories about cats. And I feel like it's going to make me cry. I don't know. Something about the cover just makes me feel like I'm going to weep. But she's gifted it to me, so I will read it at some stage. And it was obviously a very kind gift. And I'm very intrigued to get into this and have a little read. I've got Before the Coffee Gets Cold on my January TBR, so we'll see how I go on with that. This is obviously going into the book queue. But yeah, this was the book that she gifted me this year, and it was so very lovely and kind of her. Okay, let's have a look at a couple of brief things. I've only got a couple of things picked out. I have been completely spoiled. Gary also got me an hoodie with black cats on. So excited for that. It's currently, I'm about to like put it through the wash so I can wear it, because I'm one of those people, like, I can't wear clothes until they've been washed. So that was very exciting. My brother-in-law got me for Secret Santa, and he got me bath bombs from Lush, which was a great choice. I've had lots and lots of lovely bits, but I just thought I'd show you some of these. These are like the slightly more bookish. Well, one of them is. I got 2 pairs of socks from Socktopus is the brand. This one was from Gary, and it's just these really fun bright pink with cakes on. I feel like I'm gonna wear these before next year. But when Bake Off comes back around, these will be guaranteed to be on my feet. So he got me those ones, and then Charlie picked me these bookish ones, which are like a deep purple colour. So cool. And then the little text on it says, "Go away, I'm reading," which I love. So yeah, these will now go into the wash now I've shown you, and then I can wear them. My best friend Steph, excellent choices were made. She got me this. This is a Magic Pharmacist DIY Book Nook kit. So you put it all together and it will look eventually like this, which you guys will see in a vlog at some point. She also got herself one, so we're going to have a FaceTime date at some stage soon, hopefully, and put these together. And I'm so excited because it just looks really cool. And it's, you know, black cats and stuff, so that's fun. And then Charlie he also got me a giant box of milk tray because he's a very good boy. But he also picked me this out, which I just thought was really cool. It's not book related, but I just thought it was cool. And it's this 1940s advert for milk tray in this really cool frame, which I cannot wait. You probably see yourself now in the reflection. It says on the back, 1958. This was the advert for, you can definitely see yourself, for milk tray. And I just think this is such a cool choice. Apparently he found it himself, which makes it even better. And I'm really excited to get this up on the wall. So yeah, those are some Christmassy bits. Like I said, today we're just at home, chilling, although I've been on the go since about 9:30 getting jobs done. But it makes me feel better. And I've had my headphones in with YouTube on, so just catching up on a load of content I've missed. Tomorrow we're going down to my family, so you might see a little bit of B-roll from that. I'm currently reading A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. It's okay so far. Lots of stuff I like about it. I'm also a little bit bored, but I probably will finish it because there's like enough in there that's pulling me through, but we'll see. I may also DNF it. I don't know at this point. You'll see in a second. So yeah, you'll get some B-roll over the next couple of days, and then I feel like the next time I'll sit down and chat to you properly is when we get home on Friday, and then we're almost through the month and the year, which is just a bit wild. So yeah, I am now off to put together a Picky Bits lunch for me and the boys, finish off a couple of jobs, then have myself a lush bath and put my feet up and read. And those are most of the books that I read in the month of December. It's now the 1st of January and I am coming in to wrap up this wrap up. I think I spoke to you just before we went down to see my family. We had a lovely, very, very, very busy 24 hours, a little bit more than that, down in Surrey. We went and saw my mum and she cooked us roast. Is there anything better than your mum's roast chicken? I don't think there is. And we had some more presents, we went for a lovely walk and all that kind of stuff. Then we went across that evening to my nan and granddad's and stayed with them and spent some really lovely time with them. And then we went across to my dad and my stepmom's the next day. I don't even know what day that was, Friday maybe, and had a really lovely brunch with them and some more presents. They got me another set of Chelsea Piers pyjamas that I'm very excited about. You will definitely see them in vlogs if you hang around long enough. I have got all 3 cats in with me this morning and I'm supposed to be filming, so this could be chaotic. Yes, they got me a beautiful new set of Chelsea Piers pyjamas. If you've not been here before, you'll have seen them in this vlog. I wear a teal and purple set. They've got like cheetahs and stuff on them, which I'm obsessed with, and they bought me a set with elephants on for Christmas, which was a very lovely gift. So yeah, we had a really nice, very like whirlwindy 24 hours. Came back on, yeah, it must have been Friday we came back because we had to take Charlie back to his mum. Came back on Friday, basically collapsed and didn't move. I had all these plans for like getting the house back in order and it was like, that's not happening today. Then Saturday I got up and marked all day. It took me about 6 hours to get the marking done. Whilst I was doing that, Gary like quietly took Christmas down. We'd agreed that we were going to do it that day, but I was expecting to have to help, and then bless him, I came down and it was all done. And I love Christmas and I love having a tree up and all of that stuff, but I also really like when the house goes back to normal. It feels so much like bigger and cleaner, and just I was ready for the chaos to go. And then Sunday, what did we do Sunday? Oh, that was yesterday. I don't know where my brain is. We went for brunch. It was really lovely. And then we house hunted online for 5 hours. But yeah, I'll talk more about that in January. But we found some stuff to look at, which was good. And that was our initial search, so it won't take as long going forward, hopefully. So got that done. And then we got a Chinese and we opened a bottle of wine. We watched a bottle of champagne, watched a bit of TV, and we were in bed by about 10:30. And that was our perfect New Year's. So yeah, it's been a really mad holiday. It feels like it's gone past in a blur. I haven't felt very Christmassy, I have to say, this year. I didn't really feel it this year, but that's okay. Sometimes you don't. I think sometimes there's too much pressure to feel Christmassy. I still had a lovely time with friends and family, and I've read some good books and I've rested. And that's really all you can ask for from Christmas break. So yes, right, I've got 2 more books to tell you about, then we'll do stats, and then I'll wrap up this very long vlog. I think this might go over 2 hours. Sorry about that. There was just lots of Christmassy stuff happening, and I've read like 16 books. So the next book that I finished was The Long Way to Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. So I basically finished all of my Christmas reads, and then I just started working chronologically through my TBR shelf. I still am, I say was, it was only yesterday, in this kind of like decision fatigue phase where I just feel like I can't make any more choices. So I was just reading the next books on my TBR, and this was the next one up. This is sci-fi. It's a really beloved series on the Bookternet. So many people have recommended me this book. I gave this 4 stars, first of all, is the first thing to say. However, I'm not going to read the next in the series. I loved Becky Chambers' writing. And the reason it was recommended to me over and over is because it has lots of my favourite things. So we've got found family in this, we've got descriptions of food, and we've got like, it's quite cozy, even though there is some like mild peril. So we're following, should we tell you what it is? We're following Rosemary, who joins the Wayfarer. And the Wayfarer is this spaceship that is punching holes. I didn't totally understand all the sciencey stuff, but they're like punching holes through space so that people can get from one place to another quicker. And you've got this whole cast of characters on the ship that she joined. And what I really liked is that you are following mostly Rosemary's perspective, and she is the kind of fish out of water character. So that's really helpful to me with sci-fi stuff, because it then like everything gets explained. As everything gets explained to Rosemary, it also gets explained to me. I loved the cast of characters. I think Sussex is my favourite character, but there's like a whole range of genders and sexualities and species and all kinds of things going on this ship, and they are sent off to this dangerous part of the galaxy to punch a hole through. That's the rough story. So yeah, I really loved all of that. I loved the bits where we're just like on the ship and they've got like their day-to-day like slice of life stuff going on. The reason I couldn't give it 5 stars is because I skim read a lot of the space stuff, and that might sound really dumb for a book set in space, but a lot of the like physicky stuff just went straight over my head. I didn't really care about their mission. I felt like the strength in Becky Chambers' writing was in her characters, not in the plot, and I am generally quite a plot-driven reader. So the fact that I gave it 4 stars is a high rating from me. I'm so glad that I picked it up because, like I said, lots and lots of people have been shouting at me to read it for ages. So I'm glad I did. It's just not for me, and I'm gonna stop at this first book. But I did read it, I enjoyed it, gave it 4 stars. Then my final book of the year was a very weird choice, but it was the next choice. It was the next book on my list, and that was Verge by Nadia Attia. I picked this up in Bookhouse, I think it was. I left the bookmark in here to remind me. Yeah, Bookhouse, which is this awesome indie bookshop in Bristol that I would highly recommend. I picked it up when I did the Instagram Controls My Day vlog, which I'll leave linked in the description. I think going back in the summer. And this was in a section marked weird books, and I was like, I am clearly in the right bookshop. I love a weird book, and this was weird, and it was short, but it wasn't weird all the way, if that makes sense. So I gave this 4 stars as well. It was a very 4-star month. And we're following a girl, I can't remember what her name is, why am I so bad? Rowena. We're set in a dystopian Britain. It's never referred to as Brexit, but it's like called the Split or something. And we're set in a time where every single county, if you don't know, England is split into counties. I don't know about Wales or Scotland, but anyway, it's referred to as the kingdom, so it's clearly United Kingdom. But every single county has become its own like country, and in order to cross borders you have to have permits and stuff, and everything is really heavily regulated. And life is quite dangerous basically. And we're following Rowena. Rosemary was this one, right? Yes. Rowena, who is turning 18, and she has a curse on her, and she needs to travel all the way to another county. We're not quite sure where it is. It kind of reads as if she's being sent north, possibly up towards like the Scottish borders, but it's never specific. All of the counties have like slightly different names. And she's sent up to her grandmother who can heal her, and she is accompanied by, Halim, who is a delivery driver, and he's basically handed this teenage girl and told, get her to this county. And it's mostly about their journey through the counties and then what happens when they reach their destination. I really liked a lot of this. It was weird and dark, and quite thought-provoking. There's a lot in here about racism, and about making assumptions about people. There are also scenes of animal torture and death, so just be aware of that. I skim read those bits, but it does happen. There's one specific scene that springs to mind, but there are also scenes where like dead animal bodies are used in rituals and stuff, so just be aware of that going in. I think for me it didn't get to the 5-star, I think mostly because there's a romance that really irritated me in this. It felt really unnecessary, and the end felt too neat. I would have liked a more dystopian ending to this story, but I did enjoy it. This is a debut novel. I will definitely read more from this author. She can definitely write, and if you like weird stuff, it's worth giving this a go. I also just really, this might be one of my favourite covers of the year. It's just weird and dark, and once you've read the book it makes a lot more sense. So yeah, those are all the books that I finished. Let's do stats and then I will let you go on your merry way. So I've got my trusty blue book. I'm gonna be so sad when this runs out. I think I'm about halfway through it now, so we've got a good like couple more years, I think. Anyway, number of books read this month was 16, which was 4,770 pages, or 154 pages a day. So it was a really good reading month in terms of the amount I read. And also my average star rating was 4.09, so it was a really good quality month. I had a lot of 4 stars. My favourite read I will do in a second. So most disappointing, I think, was The Turnout by Megan Abbott. I really thought in the first sort of 50, 100 pages this was going to be 5 stars, so to end up giving it 3.5 is kind of disappointing. If you have this on your shelves, I would recommend it, but I also feel like I'm probably going to forget about it fairly quickly. So yeah, that was my most disappointing read of the month. And then my favourite read of the month had to be The Skeleton Key by Erin Kelly. I am still thinking about this. I need to look into what else she's written previously and what she's got coming out, because I feel like she's an author I need to explore more. Like I said in the review clip for this, I have read He Said, She Said, or the other way around, I can't remember what that title is, which was okay, but this, I'm still thinking about this, and I feel like I'll be thinking about it for ages to come. It also matches my jumper quite nicely. So yeah, this is definitely my favourite read of the month. And then let's do balancing the books. Oh, my TBR is currently standing at 42 books, which is great because I want to try and keep it under 50 this year. Balancing the books. So I had 13 books out. I read 16, but 2 were audiobooks and Christmas Carol was a reread, so that doesn't count. I had 16 come in, mostly because you guys were so lovely to me for Christmas. So thank you so much for that. Which means obviously I had 3 more in than out. And then for my end of the year balancing the books, I'm quite proud of this number. I have hauled 2 more than I have read, which I think is really, really good going. So yeah, hopefully we can improve on that next year and maybe get them to fully balance. Like I said before, I'm not going to do like punishments and stuff. It's more just for me to keep a track of and just be aware of. It does make me slightly rein it in on months when I know I'm a little bit over, and that's working for me. So yeah, 2 more hauled than read. I don't think that's bad going. Okay, so let's wrap up this wrap up. I am now going to sit and film all of my January content. So I'm about to film my 2023 wrap up, so stats and favourite books and all of that good stuff. I'm also going to film a tag and do my very last, sad face for now, recommending Booktube's video because I've got enough for 1 more video in my cat mug. And then I also need to start January's vlog. So yeah, if you got to this point in the video, firstly, thank you so very much. Thank you also for all of your support this year. I just really, really appreciate it in a way that I just cannot explain. You'll have also seen in the B-roll that we donated £1,100 to Book Trust yesterday from the Booktube charity account, which is just so exciting. I'm going to talk more in detail about that in the 2023 wrap-up video. But thank you so, so very much. I just wanted to mention it here as well, because obviously literally couldn't do it without you guys. But yeah, if you have watched my content all year, or if this is your first video, thank you so much for being here. I just genuinely really appreciate it. And, you know, this year would have been far harder without you guys like cheering me on and encouraging me to be creative and chat nonsense on the internet. So thank you so much. I'm not going to get all like gushy and emotional about it. If you made it to this point in the video, please leave me please leave me some sort of skeleton or key emoji, because this book, honestly, just, I can't stop thinking about it. So yeah, any kind of skeleton or key emoji, just let me know you got to the end of the video. Please subscribe if you would like more of this chaos, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks everyone. Bye.